Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Denise and I like to make videos about astrology in real life. Not only that, but I put out videos every single week, so if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing a Venus video. We're going to be doing Venus in Libra, and I like to give all of the planets and placements a little phrase or a little quote that kind of sums it up in one phrase or in a few words. And Venus in Libra is very much in love with love. This is a very sweet, very romantic placement, and these people are very partner focused and very love oriented, and this is very selfless love. That is what makes me think of Venus in Libra. So let's get into the video. So Venus is a nocturnal yin feminine planet. And I always like to explain that the nocturnal planets are those that we can't readily understand logically. We more so have to feel them intuitively and emotionally. Venus is that part of ourselves that kind of tells us the things that we like without us having to explain much or without being able to understand why we like them. It's kind of like that whenever you like something and people are like, why do you like it? And you're like, I don't know, I just like what I like. That is your Venus speaking. So Venus represents three main things. The first one is how you mingle and interact with others, how you relate to people once you get past your ascendant sign. So how you chit chat in a room whenever you go to a party, for example, that's your Venus. It also represents the things that you value, not only in yourself, but in others. And these could be characteristics that you value and also material or physical things. And lastly, Venus represents at least one part of what we really want in relationships and what we bring to relationships. But remember that your placements can be really greatly modified by where they are placed in your chart, so the configuration. This could be like a house placement, so if your Venus is in the 12th house, this could be a little bit different. Or if maybe your Venus is next to one of the big generational planets like Neptune or Pluto, this will also be very modified. So keep that in mind. You really have to look at the entire chart if you want a very accurate and distinct depiction of your planets. Secondly, relationships aren't all Venus. Remember that Venus can be a little bit superficial because Venus, more than anything, just wants to be liked and wants everyone to be at peace. To be at peace. In order to accomplish this, Venus can kind of bend her will a little bit. And in doing this, she could be a little bit inauthentic because she might not show you her true colors because she wants to be liked more than anything. And relationships that are long lasting, they really show more of our true colors and they have a deeper foundation, some more deeper roots than what Venus provides. Venus is more superficial on the outside. And relationships really that last a long time, they have other elements to them like Saturn and Jupiter even. So also keep that in mind. So how does Venus in Libra relate to others? So they're very friendly. They're also very polite. And they are able to know how other people want to be approached because Venus in Libra is kind of like picking up on the energies of the room and trying to observe other people in order to be pleasing and to be respectful of others. And in order to be respectful of somebody else's inclinations, you have to kind of know who they are and modify yourself in a way that will be agreeable to that person. So Venus in Libra very much wants to be agreeable to other people. Because of this, they're very aware of their environment. So it's kind of like the whole Pisces Neptune thing, but it's lighter. It's not like they're melting and becoming you. It's more that they're observing you and they're able to, because it's an air sign. So it's intellectual too. So they're intellectualizing the things that they notice about you in order to be pleasing to you. So it's kind of like a mirror a little bit. They also want to leave everyone that they meet with a good impression. They never want to have somebody think ill of them or think that they were rude or that they were dumb or that they were disrespectful, anything. They want you to have like, hey, that's a really nice guy, or she's a cool girl, she's a nice girl. That is the image, the cool guy and a cool girl. That's how they want to leave their lasting impression. They also interact with others very fairly. Humility is very important to Libra placements. And because Venus is the way that you relate to others, they are very respectful of everybody. It doesn't matter what like, I want to say category, but it's not category. It doesn't matter your position or you're stable in society. Stable, you're not a horse, Denise. Or what stage you are in life. They will treat everybody as equals. This is very important to them because Libra is the scales. So equality is very important to Venus and Libra. Since Venus is our passive energy, it is kind of like, remember that Mars is the way that we actively go out there and get what we want. Venus is the way that we passively attract it. And I like to think of Venus as kind of like your scent, your aroma, your energy that you're just kind of putting out there, and it's picking up other people's attention for whatever reason. And depending on what your scent is, then that is the kind of person you are going to pick up. And Venus and Libra, because they are so nice and so agreeable and so likable, they're just so likable. It's almost impossible to not like a Libra person, a Venus and Libra person, because they just don't do anything that is rude. They would never do anything that is unlikable. They're so agreeable. So the people that they attract, you know, your Venus is the kind of people that you might attract to yourself subconsciously. You might not even be trying to do this consciously. This is just, again, it's a nocturnal planet. You're not doing this on purpose. This is just happening. So you might accidentally attract people that maybe either like you for your looks, just for the way that you look, or you could also attract people that are kind of selfish and self-centered because you yourself are so partner-oriented that the person knows that you're going to kind of, you know, bend to their will a little bit, Libra. So you also could attract people that are just looking for a relationship because Venus in Libra always wants to be in a relationship. They're always looking for love. So you might attract the kind of person that just wants a relationship just for the sake of it, you know, just to be in a relationship. So you might attract any of those things. So always look back at the ruling planets, at the symbolism of the element and the symbolism of the sign itself in order to get a more complete picture of the planetary placement. So Venus is in domicile in Libra. So what that means is that Venus is really, domicile means home. So Venus is at home in Libra. So that means that she can really do her Venus thing very correctly and very easily. And Venus is your, I like to call her your little chatty girl, your little mingler that you take with you to parties, and she determines how you're going to mingle with other people. And in Libra, it is just, she's a happy camper. She's very happy there because in that sign, she's able to be lighthearted and bubbly and be funny and make other people laugh, but not inappropriate funny, not like Virgo sarcastic funny or Capricorn sarcastic funny or inappropriate Sagittarius funny. No, Libra Venus is just humorous. They're just funny, but in a like, ha ha ha, that's like so sweet sort of funny. And they're very agreeable. They are effervescent and they're just likable people. They're attractive people because their Venus is very happy and she is able to attract others very easily to herself. So what is it that they value? They really value relationships. Love and relationships is like number one to a Venus and Libra person. Their romantic partnerships are like the most important, but overall they value relationships with everybody. They want to be in good standing with everybody at all times. So they're polite, they're fair, and they always look at both sides of issues, and they'll be able to put themselves in your position because of that, because they're always like analyzing things in terms of the scales, and they are able to just intellectually, because Venus in air, she's going to intellectually try to see why you're upset or why things look a certain way from your side. She's always looking to do that and to be fair. They also value beauty and grace. So Venus is the planet of beauty. So they value beauty, and not only physical beauty, but also the way that you put yourself together. They could also really like art and music. Music is more Taurus, but Libra also likes music. Venus in Libra really likes aesthetic presentations in their environment, and they really value people who are gracious and beautiful in that way. You could be beautiful on the inside or on the outside or both. You know, Venus and Libra is really looking for both, but They like beauty inside and outside. That's really important to them. They also really value equality. They think that it's very important that partners or that people just in general feel that they are on equal footing, that nobody is better than them or worse off than them. This is the difference between Pisces and Neptune and Libra, because Pisces can get to the point where they kind of, make themselves small in order to make somebody else big. Libra doesn't do that. Libra is always trying to make sure that things are equitable. That is very important to them. They don't want to be disrespected. Pisces can get so yielding that they end up victimizing themselves because they just want the other person to be happy. And Libra doesn't forget their own happiness. They can, they can brainwash themselves a little bit in order to make things fit. They could do like mental acrobatics in order to feel at peace, but they want both people to feel equal in the relationship. And this is very important to them. So they don't necessarily victimize themselves for it though. That's kind of like one of the key differences between Pisces love and Libra love. Pisces can be entirely selfless, and Libra still, thinks about themselves, but is able to do it in a way that is still equitable. They also really value harmony. So they don't like fights. They don't like pettiness. They don't like petty fights. They want everyone to be at peace because that is very important to them. They want people to feel comfortable because Venus is also comfort. It's more associated to comfort in Taurus, but that's more physical comfort. Venus in Libra is, mental and intellectual comfort and just emotional. They want you to emotionally feel comfortable with them and around them, and they don't want anybody to feel upset or sad or angry. And in order to do that, they don't bring up topics that are impolite, that might be upsetting to other people. They don't like to talk about anything that is spicy or triggering for others. They're very anti-triggering people. So because of this, Venus in Libra is like the perfect diplomat. They've kind of like figured out how to get along with absolutely everyone. And it's very shocking, but it's actually don't bring up topics that might, get people's fires going. So what do they bring and what do they want in relationships? What they want is the relationship. So they bring a lot of commitment to the relationship itself. But the thing here is that sometimes Venus in Libra, can value the relationship so much that they kind of forget about whether the two people are actually even happy anymore together. They are more so concerned with keeping the relationship steady and stable, and can forget about, like the things that made them happy or their partner happy. And so it's not necessarily that they value happiness, they value their relationship more than anything. So this is really good if you want somebody who's committed to your relationship and to making it work. And they will appease you. So they will always work towards keeping the relationship strong. But there's a little difference between wanting happiness and just working on happiness in order to keep the relationship together. You see, it's like a small nuance, but I'm just mentioning it. They're not flaky. They really want a relationship to work, and it's really important to them. So they will always try to adjust things to make it work. They also really want respect in relationships, and they need it. And they bring it to relationships. And okay, the only caveat that I will say here is that I've noticed that Libra people they're just so nice that the partner, if they're with somebody who's more selfish or self-centered, the self-centered person can kind of take advantage because Libra is just so nice. So it is very important for people to value that Libra person because they are so other focused. They always try to make sure that their partner is comfortable. So respect is important in a Venus and Libra relationship. And respect for the things that they do for you too, because they are so nice to their partners. They really are. They also really want companionship. Essentially, that is what they want. They want somebody to do things with, somebody to take pictures with, somebody to go to family functions with, somebody to spend the holidays with. Everything, they just want a partner to be there with them. That is very important to them. They're just so romantic and so sweet, Venus and Libra people. So Venus in Libra is very sweet, and some would say that it's a little too sweet. So this placement is really great on paper. It sounds really nice, and there's nothing disagreeable about Venus in Libra. That's why Venus is so happy there. But the only thing that I could say is, for the actual person who has Venus in Libra, make sure that you're standing up for yourself, Venus in Libra, when it's necessary with your partner, because you can have a tendency to just spoil your partner so much and let them have absolutely everything. And it's very important that you don't do that. And this isn't like Pisces, where Pisces can have a tendency to idealize the partner. The partner is ideal. They see them like with a halo around them, like, oh, this is the most perfect person. That is Venus in Pisces. But Venus in Libra idealizes the relationship. To them, their marriage, their relationship is the most important thing, and they idealize the idea of a relationship. So this can be dangerous. It depends who you get together with, Libra. Make sure you make a good choice, and that you get with somebody who is going to be into the give and take that you provide. So that's the video for today, guys. What did you think? Did I miss anything for Venus in Libra, for the sweet, sweet little Venus in Libra? If you have anything that I might have missed, or some suggestions for songs or movies or shows that are very Venus in Libra, please put them in the comments. I very much like to see the placements in action, like in popular culture, so that's why I always ask. So if you have suggestions, always put them for me in the comments. And thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you so much for liking my video. It is very generous of you, and it really helps my channel, and it's also for good luck, because whenever we're generous, the generosity comes back to us from the universe. So thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.